My name is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. Now, how do you go about finding a mentor in life? Ask. Just ask. Ask people, can you work for them? Ask people and say to them, how can I work for you for free in order to learn from you? You see, a lot of people, and I made this mistake as well myself, a lot of people will say, teach me this, teach me, tell me how, tell me how, tell me how. And people have come up to me and done the same thing with me. Tell me how, tell me, but they've not realised, not clicked in for one reason or another, that it's a transaction. It works both ways. It's knowledge. I have to give something to you in order to learn from you. I have to give you something, my time, energy, money, momentum, whatever, for you to give me your knowledge, your attention, your respect, your mentorship. Someone asked me once, how can they grow their business? How can they grow their business to do with, I shan't go into details, but they emailed me. How can I grow the business? Bit of a lengthy email, and I didn't reply for a month. After a bit of pressure from some of the people that I should reply, just send them a random website, some utter bollocky stuff like that. And it's like, why should I? This guy wants me to help him grow his business. But it's not like he said, here's $1,000 grand. It's $1,000 grand. That'd be nice. Here's 1,000. Well, whatever. I mean, for a consulting gig, that's a lot. So here's $1,000, or here's a couple of hundred, or whatever, or here's $1,000, here's first class tickets, come over to our business one weekend or 1 week, whatever, have a good look around and tell us what can we do differently, or a day or 2 or 3, whatever. Nothing. It's just email out the blue. How can I grow my business? And it's like I didn't reply until like a month later, and it's like with this, or do this, look at all this stuff, and it's like. Well, if they gave me some money, because they sent me an email from nowhere saying, how can I grow my business? What about me? How can I grow my business? It has to be two ways. So if you say to them, how can I work for you for free in order to learn from you? So work for you behind the scenes, as your assistant or whatever, for free in order to learn from you. That's the magic phrase. Because when you provide your time, your energy, your dedication, your eyeballs, attention, whatever, you then deserve their knowledge, their attention, their respect. I worked with my real estate mentor about a year ago, just over a year ago now, and 40 hours in his company over the course of like 8 weeks, I think it was, 6 weeks, I can't remember now. A bit more than that, I'm sure, anyway. So I worked with him. I worked every department. I worked with the tenants, I worked with the area managers, I worked with the garbage crew, I worked with the DIY crew, I painted some rooms, I did everything purely to see how he structures his entire business, the logistics behind everything he does, just to see, so this is the logistics, this is distribution, this is the organisation, this is how everything on the inside by working there. And in fact, I have a slight cut. It's actually healed now, but I had a slight cut here from when I was working with the dustbin men people, the garbage crew. A slight cut, but it's gone now. I'm pretty sure it's healed. But anyway, so I got a battle scar, quote unquote. So by working with him for free, I was providing him extra pair of hands, no cost. In fact, I paid for it as well. And I was getting the attention and learning stuff while there, behind the scenes, which is invaluable. So you can find mentors anywhere in the world. I think starting a podcast is quite good because you connect with people very, very easily and you can learn from them directly right there and then. But also if you go to conferences and you say to people or have a mentorship going on, accept it, learn from them. You want to find someone who is 10, 20, 30 years ahead of you in their respective field and learn from them. Because if you don't learn from them, if you're not learning from them, then you're not avoiding the mistakes they made. It's a convergence rate. They can go ahead and do stuff in life that takes 10 years and they'll make certain mistakes. then you can then say, then you can then earn their trust and earn the knowledge and the right to then for them to teach you that stuff. You know, in the 10 years, the thing I've learned is don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Oh, okay. So it saves you 10 years of learning those mistakes. They just tell you X, Y, Z, A, B, C, done, 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 done. Oh, okay, I agree, definitely. Good point. So conferences. You want to, again, make sure it's someone who's way above you. Conferences, podcasts, Facebook groups. I'm pretty sure some investors will be a mentor, definitely, or quasi-mentor. They'll more of a consultant, so to speak. You can find them. If you ask people, they'll help you one way or another. It helps if you give them something as well. Like, would love to have you on my podcast, for example, or would love to give you 100 quid if you teach me everything you know, or would love to give you 1,000 quid for you to teach me everything you know. Because this is the problem that guy had when he emailed me randomly. I didn't really bother. It took me a month before I replied. I think 2 weeks later, I just forgot it. I didn't bother with it. 2 weeks later, I was prompted, did you reply? And then 2 weeks later, I actually replied with a big email. And it's like, well, had they gave me even 100 quid, or 1,000 quid, or 10,000 quid, it's more, you're going to get paid. You get what you pay for. And if you don't pay for it, you're going to get squat all equivalent in advance. You'll get some pittance here and there. But if you pay 1,000 quid, then that means then the mentor is more on the line, more pressure to give you your money's worth, or at least 10x the worth. If you pay him £10,000, it's then on him to give you 100,000, 100 grand's worth of value and advice. The more you pay, the more value you're going to get. You pay £1 million, I better give him £10 million worth, because the idea is, and this is in sales as well, you want to make sure that your value, the price tag, is 1/10 of the value they get. There's a massive difference between price and value. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. So if you pay nothing to your mentor, you're going to get something back, but you're not going to get too much back. But if you pay 1,000 quid, you're going to get £10,000 worth back. If you spend a couple of days with him, a few weeks with him, they're kind of like converting it, you're going to get equivalent of back, You're going to get something back. I can't quite give it in monetary value, but if you pay 100 grand, you're going to get £1 million quid's worth of value right there and then, because then it's on the mentor's side to then say, I need to give him his money's worth. And this is the thing that the guy tripped up ages ago, just out of the blue. How can I grow my business? Me. And it's like, you shouldn't have done that, mate. And this is a mistake that I made also about a year before this, about a year, in like spring 2016. I messaged somebody on WhatsApp, and he gave me this link to a video, and then he gave me the link, and I said, got any other videos? And I don't think he replied, or he gave me something else. And then looking in hindsight, I realised now the penny drops where I shouldn't have done that. I should have given him something, some money, some attention. Now I can say, come on the podcast. Reciprocity, come on the podcast. And he would have come on the show, and then he would have more willing to share stuff with me, more willing to teach. And it's like, it's give and take. If you're not giving, the mentor won't give he won't care as much about you, okay? So you can find mentors all over the place, but there's a few other things to consider. Price and value. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. A good way to find mentors also is on Meetup and Eventbrite. If you go to Eventbrite, you just go to these events. You're not so much if you connect with people, yeah. Like there's this one guy that I met years ago. I forgot his name, but he was selling agricultural infrastructure to farmers, like pipes, I think, and water solutions. And he told me some very interesting little bit of psychology and negotiation that I'll never forget. And I want to thank him, but I can't remember his name. If I have a dig around, I'll probably find him. But when you go to these events, Meetup, Eventbrite, and conferences, you never know who you're going to meet, never know what connections you're going to have, you never know what could happen. And also, if you've got a podcast as well, you find someone that's doing a quick talk, you can say to them, would love to offer you a place on my podcast, and/or would it be okay if I work for you for free in order to learn from you? So that way, you invite them onto your show, you then interview them for 20-40 minutes, they then become familiar with you, so you're generally quite close. You then create that and share it with the world. You put it on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and elsewhere. They share it. People find it, and then you can work with him. It's reciprocity. The more you do for your mentor, the more they're going to give you back. And that's also why that if you pay 100 quid for your mentor, and it's like you don't get much back, then it's like, well, it's your fault really. You should have paid more. The more you pay, the more dedicated they are to give you service, the more dedicated you are to accept it. As soon as you put money down, that's when the real value, that's when the real help comes along. Otherwise, forget about it. Forget about it. So conferences, Meetup, Eventbrite, Facebook groups. Facebook groups is a good one. Facebook groups, mastermind, entrepreneurship, success, all different keywords, and go into the group section and find the pages, join them, and socialize, network, talk, contribute, share content, create your own content and share it. People will discover you through that, and it has conversations. Those are the main ways. The main ways that I can think of right now, certainly. Maybe in a year from now I can give you so many other ways, but those are the ways. Conferences, Meetup, Eventbrite, and podcast. A podcast, when I started it a month ago, I did not anticipate the benefits I would receive. The amount of networking is ridiculous from having a podcast. You see, I used to think, I have to get on podcast to get my name out there. Yeah, you can. That's good. It's smart. But also, what's a tiny bit smarter and a lot easier to do is start your own podcast. Unbelievable. Just start your own podcast. Get the network, get the hardware, get the software, get started, invite people. Twitter, Facebook, Steam, etc. Invite people onto the show. It's hard at first, but over time it gets easier and easier. It's what I call the Oprah Winfrey effect, but that's a video for a whole other time. So those are some places and some other things to consider when it comes to mentors. You've got to pay. You've really got to pay for a mentor. You can't expect something for nothing. You cannot expect that at all. So the question of the day is, what do you need mentoring in? What do you need help with? What do you need to learn from a mentor? For me, I would say it's mostly time management. There's not maybe sales/time management, and investing, possibly. Sales, time management, investing, because time management to be more productive, to get more stuff done. What am I doing wrong? What can I do better? Managing time wise. Sales to be higher conversion, and investing, because once I've got things set up and running, I then want to invest money in startups and cryptocurrencies and blue stocks and things like that. Investing and taking money, stocks or real estate and all the rest. But what do you need a mentor for? That's the question to you. But in the meantime, however, remember that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. And go out there today and do something remarkable. How cool is that?